Hi everybody, it's Wednesday and it's time for Doga with Indiana and Arden. And here we go. It's time to find a comfortable seated position. Coming to sit, you can come into a full lotus if that's something that's good for you. You can come into just an easy pose. You can bring your dog up onto you and we can start to breathe, inhaling through the nose and out through the nose. Okay, and dogs, you know, they breathe in the nose and they might go out the mouth and do a little panting, and we can be like them too and do a little panting, and we go. And it's like a pranayama exercise, and it helps to warm up your breath and get you ready for yoga practice, which has a conscious breath, a breath that you focus on. Inhaling through your nose. Exhale, do a little. And it connects you with your dog. And the sound ha 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 is also a very happy sound. So we're doing actually like a laughter meditation. Relax down, inhaling. Ha-has, ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. And coming up, nice. So if your dog is down on the ground over here, you just move around them. We do a lot of seated postures. Okay, so if you need to bring your legs in a little bit more like that, that's good. We're looking at having a nice straight spine. Just stretch out your arms for a second for you. Come forward and relax over your dog, and if you can expand out their hand or their paw. I was going to read a little poem to start out our class today. I see it over there. I'll catch it in a minute. You work around your dog, especially when they're in a really calm, happy place. You know, go and work on them when they're nice and quiet here. And this feels great for me to be right on top of her. Good, Indiana. And then I come up and do her back legs and a nice stretch here. Good job, Indian. I could do both legs. So the dog can stay nice and relaxed throughout the whole class, right here. Inhaling and exhaling. Nice. And stretching through the front legs again. Good. And then arm two sitting here nice and patiently. So I'm going to turn though for a pose for myself. So in our class, it's a partner yoga class. We actually forgot to Om today. Let's come back to Oming for a moment. Okay, we'll take Arden here. She loves the sound of Om. And we'll use her spine up against my spine to help me lift up into a nice seated posture. And we'll inhale through the nose. Nice. And from here on, so I'll move into a pose for myself. I'll come over the dog. And Indy, you can stay. Don't go anywhere, Indy. And I press back into a downward dog for me. Almost better go down. And then an upward dog for me. And then I'll take a downward dog for me. And then I'll take an upward dog for me. And then I'll move into the dog. So the dog here, Arden, I'll get a nice good hold. She'll get a nice lift of the legs. And I can have flat feet here. And then I inhale and I lift up the front. Good job. And then I'll release down the back of the legs, and then I'll inhale and I'll lift up the front legs. Or the back legs. Okay, so wherever you are, back and forward, from the front to the back. Good job, Arden. Nice. Now, if the dog's bigger, you're doing the other moves, okay, where you're working around the dog. You can do one leg moves too for a big dog. Make sure you get underneath their leg. You're not just like pulling their paw, okay? we can do a nice good massage section here. So I'm going to press back for a moment into a child's pose, a pose you guys can do. Open up your legs a little bit. You can point your toes, stretch it out. Nice. And then we'll release, and then I'll come and we'll do a little bit of a reflexology for the dogs in their paws. I can get Indiana to come back. Nice. Okay, so we'll do a nice massage here into the paws. I'm going to do a pigeon pose for me. Okay, so I'm into a pigeon pose where the front leg is across. You can get into this pose from downward dog. Just bring in the legs forward. We don't want to lose Indiana here. Come on back, Indy. Sitting down. So if the dog moves, no big deal. You just change your positioning, okay? So for the person, squats are always really good, okay? You can have your heels down and you come into a squatted position, bringing your dog in front of you. Nice. And then we can move into our chakra massage here through the third eye point and into the top of the head and down the body. And then rubbing into the hips, okay, and down the tail. Good girl, Arden. And then for the person, you can melt down and hold your dog and hang. Inhaling and exhaling. Nice. And, you know, all dogs are a little different. If they don't feel like hanging today, no big deal. If you have your big dog, you can hold on to them and hug on to them. Nice. I come to hang. And then down. Thank you, Arden. And then coming down. Good. And coming back to your dog. Hi. And I'm back into a seated position. I could use your dog. If you have a bigger dog, like Coley, he was a bigger dog. He was my dog that I started Doga with in 2001. And he was a medium-sized dog, so he could get his paws up onto my shoulders, and he would just do it. He was just so flowy and fun. And so Arden, she's a newer dog to Doga. You know, so you don't push them. You let them have their space and their time to grow in their yoga practice. I sometimes bring in Curly, and she is a little bit wild sometimes with the other dogs. When we're all doing it, she likes to have her own special time. So it's you know, funny how the dogs can all be a little bit different. So I'll come forward with legs straight up and inhale and come forward for me. Taking some breaths. And then Arden, she comes back. She could, if I could move her and flip her onto her back, good girl. Fitting into your legs, good girl. And a nice here, loosening the shoulders. Yeah. Almost like they're swimming. Okay. And you hear your breath, and you try to hear their breath. Connecting and bonding together. Okay, and just being like our dogs. Our dogs are just so present and content, and you know, have that unconditional love and that love that they forgive you for anything. Good girl, Arden. Nice. And then a nice little rub here on her belly. She's done. Good job. And that was a nice, good, long, you know, hold for her. Awesome. Good job, Arden. And she relaxes back down. Good. All right, so we're going to come to a seated position for a moment. Take your soles of your feet together and just hold on to your shins if you can to pop your chest through and open up your heart. And we do that with our dogs too. When we hold them in front of us, whether it's a bigger dog, you can hold on to them and really lift yourself open, or you can align your spine together with your dog, and that helps you really open yourself up. Nice. The dog could just be nicely sitting. And then you can take your legs out a little bit and come forward. If you have a little dog, you can put the dog on your back. I'm going to go get Curly, okay? And we're going to show you some poses that, that Curly does. Hold on one second. So, Curly, she's in the need of a little bit of a grooming. Anyway, so Curly does a lot of poses where we put her on her back. Good girl, Curl. Nice. You roll over. You like your stretch. Good job. Back leg stretch, front leg stretch. Yay, Curly. Back leg stretch, front leg stretch. Good girl. Yay, Curly. She really loves her Doga. So, Curly, I'm going to come from a wide leg Doga squat into come here. She said, I need to have my stretching. Okay, inhaling, lifting up. Legs up. Good job. And switching. Now, so Curly, she likes to do poses floating. We could do balance postures here. Okay, I could take a leg out behind me for a one leg balance. Okay, not all dogs do this pose. And especially, she's very light. She's only 8 pounds. She feels so good there, though. Arden's like twice her size, if not more. Good girl, Curly. Good job, Curly. Maybe she might jump off. Maybe not. Deep inhales and exhales. Moving from downward to plank. Good job, Curly. Stretch it out. You're a good girl, you know. Nice. You did a good job. So, yeah, if they want to play and bark a little bit, it's fine, especially at the end. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Pull over. Go back to your own pose, take a couple lifts, and the dog will kind of forget about the fact that, you know, they were being a little wild. All right, so let's finish up with a little bit of a sit down, Bubby. We'll finish up with all the dogs. No, we got Curly. Come here, Curly. Let's read a little. Every day is a dog's holiday. Every day is New Year's Day to celebrate through the year. Every day is Valentine's Day filled with love and frolicking good cheer. No matter the time of season, there's a holiday dogs see. Every day is Arbor Day, celebrated by sniffing every tree. Dogs spring over meadows, graduating to the green, with summery dispositions that last through fall's air crisp and clean. A dog's love knows no winter. Their Thanksgiving is thanking you. And the Christmas gifts dogs bring is loyalty tried and true. And Curly brought me her nice little ducky. So let's take just a seated meditation today for a moment. Hearing your breath. Good girl. You did good today, Curly. Thank you for being my Doga dog. So if you have a little pack, and sometimes, one dog, wants more attention than the others, you just have to separate them and do your Doga separately. Doga is not something that has to be done for a full certain period of time. You should do it a little bit here and there, okay? And it can be 5 minutes in the morning, 1 minute in the evening, another minute here, another minute there. So take a second to come to lie on your back. Just finding a calm position and letting your day just stop for a moment. You could let your knees just open wide. Soles of the feet could be together. When dog wants to play, it's not a big deal. Doga should be happy time. A time to bond and be together. Ducks at the camera. You could take another 5-10 minutes sitting here by yourself and relax and then come back to us. So I'll gently make my way up, coming for my baby and coming for you guys. Thanks for Doga today. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you on Friday.